Oh, good girl. Say hi to everyone. Right, it's been a couple of days. I've got my workshop helper here. It's time to pull the axle and wheels off this trailer. I've sold them pretty quickly, so I don't really have any use for them. Get out of it. I don't have any use for the wheels or the axle at all because we're replacing both of them. So I've managed to find them a new home straight away, which is great. Makes it one less job that I have to do. So I'm going to pull those apart and we'll hopefully have it up in jack stands and ready for the new axle and wheels to go on by the end of the weekend. Maybe, maybe not, but we can only try. Isn't that right, Lucy? It's nice and cozy, isn't it? Unfortunately, I have been informed by Mrs. Door 4x4 that we do have to go out tonight. So I might get a little bit done, but in case you notice, I don't know, in the next scene, I'm in a different shirt or the weather's different or it's a bit more light or something, that's why I have to go out and pick something up for the shed. Well, I say for the shed, but it's for the bar that's going in the shed, which I'm sure you'll see. But yeah, so we gotta be quick.
All right, time to go.
Well, I guess that's my cue. I guess I'll see you tomorrow. G'day, I'm back. I didn't get to do any more on the trailer last night when I got home. It was just a bit too dark and too late, really. I hadn't had dinner yet, Mrs. hadn't had dinner, and I don't have power in the shed yet either, so I can't put any lights unless I run a really big extension line down. And that's just, yeah, I couldn't be bothered, pretty much. But I think it's time we get these wheels and axle off because I have a bloke coming tomorrow to buy them, which will help fund the rest of this project. Alright, so let's get cracking, eh? We probably should have taken the wheels off before trying to get this axle out. Although it make it easier to roll the axle out of the shed, taking the wheels off is going to make it easier to get a hammer into the bolts and everything. Yes, I know, using a hammer on bolts, it's going to destroy the threads, blah, 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 blah. But if you take a look at this, so they're 60 years old, they've all been painted over and had, I don't know, tons and tons of dirt and crap going over them and held them in place. So just going to need to knock them out, that's all. Not actually going to smash them with a hammer, although it is fun. Now the tyres and rims on these trailers are pretty cool. These are the original ones from the army, the ones the trailer came with. But they're quite thin, they run a 7.5/16 light truck tyre. And the tread on them is pretty unique as well. You don't really see much on the road with that tread. Easy as that. Let's go to the other side. Now with this side, you might notice it's a bit of extra padding. That's because it's going to drop. And the cardboard I put down here doesn't quite reach it. And the jack stands and the trailers are on the cardboard, so I can't move the cardboard. So this is a bit of extra packing from the roller doors off the shed. It's quite thick. It should take most of the impact. But we got to get the axle out first. Just another quick tip. It's good having, you know, a very good quality ratchet. I've had this since my apprenticeship 10 years ago. It is a snap-on ratchet. Worth the money. They are a lot of money. Whatever tools you get from Snap-on, they are worth it. But that's the only snap-on tool I have because they're so expensive. But yeah, good quality ratchet and deep set single hex sockets. Especially for stuff like this, older bolts or bolts that are rusted on or they've covered in crap. Because it just gets you that little bit extra purchase on the bolts. There's less chance of it slipping and you stripping the bolt, and then it just prevents headaches. Well, that's about it for me today. Don't mind the sweat. It is incredibly humid, and I sweat like you wouldn't believe at the best of times. Some would almost say like a gypsy with a mortgage. But yeah, it's pretty much at a standstill now. The next point for the trailer is to be making up brackets and fitting the new axle. But really, I can't do that by myself, so I'm going to need the old man here to help us out with that. He's pretty good with that sort of stuff, especially making brackets and working all out, getting things straight, and yeah, better than I am. Right, back in the shed. I'm going to need some help this time though, so there you go. Instant help.
Righto, we've got the axle that Taylor's managed to get, and we've just been fitting it in. We've got our fitting adjustment tools here, so they've gone in, measured up to the same right position every time, so that's pretty well perfect. We've made some new plates for the bottom, so they go on. I had to re-drill the holes a couple of times, but that's beside the point. And the way we've adjusted it is a gentle tapping on the side, either side, to get our measurement correct. And so that's been it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to hook up the welder, we're going to tack these plates in here, and then we're going to drop the axle out and weld them front and rear. Okie dokie. And the reason we don't do a full circle is because there's no need. Okay, they're only locators. Alright, so I think we'll drop the axle down now and we'll get it out. Let me mark the positions first. And I'll do the other side. One of the problems you'll get with this is that it's sort of 4:30, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and everybody's running their air conditioners and starting to get ready for dinner, and we got 30 metres of cable extension lead coming from the house, so we get a little bit of volt drop, so we have to sort of compensate for that. So here we go, we're going to do a bit of compensating welding.
What are we doing?
Oh, we're just moving shit around so we can get to the vise. Typical shed stuff.
We decided to start welding and using the ladder as a vise or a bench. Didn't work. So now we're going to use a vise. That's a better idea.
Okay.
Yep. Rightio, now that axle is in and in place, welded up, bolted onto the springs, Dad's going to take it to his place and we're going to clean it up and get it ready for paint. I guess it's time to spring into action. Unfortunately, that's it for tonight. We're running out of daylight. Don't really have the lights in the shed to make it work, seeing that we don't have power or anything in it yet. Unfortunately, that's how it goes building projects sometimes. You just run out of time. It would be nice to be able to smash it out all in one day or a weekend, but realistically it's not how it happens. So we just got to make the best of what we can and get it done as quickly as we can, all things provided. Rightio guys, thanks for watching the video. I promised you a bit of a rundown of what we're doing and why we're doing it. So we're building this trailer up to be the ultimate off-road trailer, and we're going to raffle it off between Perth and Adelaide 4-wheel-drive shows. The reason why we chose Perth and Adelaide is we're doing it for a charity that's from Adelaide, Outback Cleanups Australia. All they do is clean up the bush, and they do it off their own backs because they saw something that needed to be done and they're doing it. I've met Bo a few years ago and he's become one of my very good mates, and it's something that's very dear to me because I hate seeing the bush just trashed with crap everywhere. So what he's doing is pretty special, and I'm pretty proud to call him a mate. So what we're going to do with this trailer is we're raffling it off, like I said, at the two shows, and every bit of profit from the ticket sales, that's going directly to Outback Cleanups Australia. We're funding this trailer ourselves. We don't want to make any profit. We're not doing this to gain followers. We're not doing this to gain profit or become some mega influencer. We're doing it because I want to help Bo and I want to have fun doing it. I've had a lot of interest about the trailers that I do, So I just thought this would be a good opportunity to show people what I do, how I do it, and have a bit of fun along the way. So come along for the ride. It won't be too exciting, unfortunately. It's building a trailer in a shed, but we'll do what we can, and I hope to see you at either the Perth or Adelaide 4-wheel drive show. Until then, I'll see you later.